Hello Zainey friends, it's Marshall. I'm really surprised that I'm here talking to you right now. We've been very busy getting the shop ready to go for all of the new products that we're bringing out. You're going to be able to see some of that in the video that we've got about our new January unboxings and stuff like that. Please go take a look at that. In the meantime, why don't we get you ready for the new year with a planner? I'm actually going to help you out by creating a tracker to keep track of your New Year's resolution and your plans to get New Year's started. Yes, in the same planner. Bet you didn't think that could happen. Well, maybe you did. I'll figure it out. Materials, pens, a planner, which you can now get on our website. The first step in our plan is to make sure that your party is ready to go. We have two different sections here. One is for getting things and the other one is for cleaning and decoration. So you can see that each of the sections here is like a giant piece of pie chart for food, the bubbly, you know. You have to have champagne on New Year's Eve, and then you have to get the party favors and the decorations. And the decorations are going to be important over here because we have, it's a little bit more of a, I don't know, you have the cleaning of house and the decorating of house and the cleaning of self and the decorating of self. Because you got to look your best when you have a big old party at the end of the year. Who knows? There might be somebody worth kissing there. I don't know. Doubt it at my party. These are going to be a little check-off sections for when you have each of the ingredients and the food actually prepared for these various meals. So I have sliders, chicken roll-ups, spinach almond dip, and cranberry relish. Now, one of the things that I see as a recommendation many times when we're dealing with New Year's parties and parties in general is rather than serving these huge dishes, instead serve a large amount of smaller finger foods. So you have these sliders and the chicken roll-ups, which are really easy to do. It's just spinach and cream cheese that have been melded together and put inside of chicken, cooked and rolled up, and it's good. So you can make little tiny bits out of that. Anything else that you can think of that is easy to just grab and eat. They can just chew on things throughout. Another thing that you can do to make your party just a little bit easier is to tell everybody to bring their own stuff. Because it's nice to share. This section is, as you can tell, going to be about listing your resolutions. Now, you shouldn't just talk about what your resolutions are. In fact, you should take a second and kind of mark off the section in half, because with every resolution comes a whole bunch of other things that you need to do in order to make those resolutions a reality. So while I might just say that I want to, lose, let's just say 40 pounds, there's going to be something that comes along with that. I'm going to have to get some more exercise. I mean, I do get a lot of exercise. I work a fairly physical job and I walk to work just about every day. But that's not all cardio, and that's a good way to burn off fat. It's also, you got to eat better. We're eating pretty good in the house, but, I could trim off a few trips to Wendy's every now and then. So let's list off some of those over here. And, of course, in order to make sure that I am keeping track of this exercise 2 times a week and not going to Wendy's, that means that I'm going to have to be better about planning. Could I be better about planning? Yes. Could you be better about planning? Yes. I also added on there meet people, which of course means that I have to find hangouts to go meet people. That's just because, as you can tell, one of the subtitles of this series is Plan Like a Gamer. And gamers aren't always the most social people. So I gotta go find a few. They're hiding. And if you're one of them, Ollie ollie oxen free. For those of you who don't have a system to keep track of recurring things in your planner, which you should, we do have a few different ways of keeping track of progress in a few of our planners in the playlist. But if you don't, this will be a nice place to keep track of them. And let's go into building that tracker for you, shall we? So this is going to show you a few different ways of tracking how you're doing your resolutions. The top one that we have here is for losing weight. And so you'll be having maybe a week where things went normally. And then maybe you might have lost some weight or gained some weight. And that's going to be a nice little visual representation. So if you have a lot of this, you've lost a lot of weight. And you can then go in there and say how much in pounds, or you can say what your current is, you know, something like that. Yeah, you can see why I need to lose 40 pounds. And if you want to have multiples of these, you can have it be for a week. You can measure as a month, as I've kind of done here, and that means you'd only use about 12, but then you can continue going on through the year. Then you have this down here, and this is a weekly progress tracker. There are 52 weeks in a year, so there are 52 squares. If you wanted to have this as the exercise one, where I've said exercise twice a week, you can go in there and go, yes, I exercised once this week, and then I exercised the other time. And if you have the entire thing filled in with X's, you've been doing good, people. The last tracker that we have here is Find Hangouts. So if you have larger, not necessarily weekly things that you need to do as part of your resolution, you can create a larger box and use that box to go ahead and say, oh, I don't know, because we've got a bar called Player One or Gods and Monsters. These are places near us that I could go to meet people. If I needed to find more, we go there. But this is a good way to keep track of larger ones that don't happen every week. Now, you might be asking, well, what are these with the little dots in here? Well, whenever you make a mistake in a planner, you try to make it look like it's on purpose. So then you repeat the mistake, and it's no longer a mistake. It's a design choice. This last section is really important. You've got a lot of extra space, a lot of space left on the page. If you have a few more quests that you need to keep your progress of, you can kind of reduce the size of this power-up section. But what do I mean when I say power-ups? Inspiration. It doesn't matter if it's a big inspirational saying from the Dalai Lama, or if it's your favorite Bible verse, or if it's just some quote from Jackie Chan. I don't care. You write it down here. Maybe you just need to remember a particularly important thing that happened over this last year, or something that happens in the next year that happens. You just need to keep a memory of that. Write it down in here. This is going to be the thing you're going to look back to every single time you need inspiration to make you do this. Because without this, without the will to succeed, you will make no progress. You got me? So I wrote a few down, and if you like, if these mean something to you, I will give you these power-ups, and you can write them in your own journal, in your own handwriting. And yes, I do mean write them, because that's going to ingrain it in your mind. And every time you open up your planner page to try and fill out some of that, you will remember this. The greatest hero you will meet sleeps within your skin. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Become more of you. The world needs more you. It is easier than you think. Alrighty there, friends. It's time to start your New Year's right. We have a little bit of decoration going on so that in case you can't read it very well, you can have a little bit of a picture. You have the sliders, you have some decorations, you have those little things that shoot out when you blow in them party favors, and you got the bubbly drawn inside there. You have over here, you have house cleaning, a little Windex, and you've got the party banners, and then you've got the shower curtain for cleaning yourself and decorating yourself with a tie. If you like this and others like it, you're going to want to check out the playlist. And always make sure that you are subscribed, because that is the best way to get to know us and to see more things from us, including, some more products that we have coming out. Products like this. I don't know. I might be shilling. Anyways, until next time, stay zany.